Well, hello there my friends, it's Admiral Revan here, hope you're all doing well, and today we got a bit of dev blog talking about it. We got into a lot of changes happening in patch 12. So patch 12, there's a new update that World of Warships has just made the announcement and letting us know what's going on. It's actually pretty lengthy, just letting you know, and there's a bit of a heads up as well. There's a lot of information going on. Focus on the Lunar event that's coming up real soon. Here's an example of that actually right now. So the Lunar event, Gung Hei Fa Choi, or is Happy New Year. It's coming up real soon. There's a lot of different changes coming soon, very shortly in the game, as you know, and pretty much you're gonna have early access to hybrid warships, the Pan-Asian Commander as well. There's a few other things that's going on as well that you should pay attention towards. The rank battles is actually coming in at tier 6 for Bronze League, tier 8 for Silver, and tier 9 to 10 to Gold League. Brawls will be coming out as well. It's going to be very interesting as well. Tier 8 warships, which is very versatile. There's a lot of differences going on with the balancing changes of the game as well that you need to check out on as well. And there's news articles that you can claim in gifts, so be sure to read that. There's a lot of stuff that you have to keep keep in touch with everything that's going on, and I have to say that these changes are looking pretty solid for 12.0 onwards. So this is a great opportunity for you to just read all the new changes that's going on with 12.0. But let's kick off with a bit of highlighting what is coming soon with the dev blog update. So as you can see, there's a few new dev blog updates focused around like British submarines, to some closed testing that has been done, as well as the new Tashkent 41. Now the Tashkent 41, I have to say that I was a bit surprised when I heard about this news. So the Tashkent 41 is actually a tier 7 Russian destroyer that is going to be released sometime in the near future in World of Warships. And at this stage, it's not 12.0, it's the one afterwards. So it's actually not too bad at this stage. So give or take, it'll probably be about a month away before we actually see this update come through. So it's actually not too bad with seeing this at this point. It's basically the Tashkent that you have seen at tier 9, and there's a bit of a downgrade version of this. It's down to tier 7. I have to admit I have mixed feelings about this, but it is strictly, in terms of the gameplay of this warship, is pretty much a torpedo centric destroyer, as it says in the description, with a nice torpedo reload booster. At tier 7 is actually pretty decent, and more details will be coming out soon, so be sure to check that out. And I have to say that's a very interesting decision to have the Tashkent remade and brought in a later state in the game. So they could have introduced it earlier, but we'll see. But there's also the balancing changes. Now the balancing changes of the game have changed a little bit in 12.0, where they have the Marlborough, the restoration hit points after receiving damage has increased from 50 to 60%. So that's actually a bit of an increase. Renown has actually got some different changes for the reload times. Same with the Buffalo, Dalian, Sejong as well, and you can notice all the changes are here. And there's some bug fixes been made to the Japanese cruisers, and pretty much it's a number of depth charges airstrike against submarines has been increased to 2 instead of 1. So that's actually a little bit of an increase there. Their charge airstrike maximum range for the Maya anyhow has been increased from 5 to 7 kilometers, which I think is a positive change. The Ragnar, on the other hand, I mean, like, it's interesting to see that the medium range AA defense has improved as well. So that's actually going to be pretty interesting in moving forward. Now, they have been talking about it, you know, for quite some time, about the new Pan Asian line, Pan American cruisers, alright? So they're talking about the Pan American ships for quite some time. So these are not Pan Asian ships, these are Pan American. So just to recap, these Pan American cruisers, it's weird, to say the least, to see what is going on with the direction for wargaming for at this point in time, but it's interesting to see at tier 8 the information of this one, the Pan American cruiser Alimentre Grau. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, but in all seriousness though, this Pan American warship is actually very much a resemblance of the Netherlands D7 Provinciën, which is a Dutch cruiser. So it's actually pretty interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how that pans out, especially with all, you know, the ship characteristics it has, which is pretty good for a ship like this. And honestly, I can see a lot of pro and cons behind this, but I can understand that wargaming is actually bringing these ships to life, and this is actually not a bad, you know, warship of its own right in this sense of the game. The Tier 10 British battleship Cumberland has also been added to the game to be used as a platform for testing settings on future ships. And the ship's model is the Battleship Marlborough, with the parameters of main battery and consumables of the battleships Sovietsky Soyuz. It's actually going to be interesting as well. So the game is getting more and more interesting. Now, as you know, you have heard about, you know, submarines in the game for World of Warships for quite some time now, and in short summary I can give you is that we will be seeing some British submarines coming out more frequently in the near future in 12.1. There's also a whole heap of collective combat missions, and there's going to be some new settings for domination mode and a few other things that's going to be pretty cool for the game in the near future. So as you know, that in 12.1 that it will mark the early access for British submarines, which, you know, it seems to me like wargaming is pumping out all these new ships for you to get in the game. Is it, you know, like a must-have to get these ships? In all seriousness though, take my advice, just take it bit by bit. The ships will be around for you a long time. Just don't, you know, rush out just to fork out to get it, okay? So just definitely take your time and enjoy it. You got the Sturdy, you got the Thrasher, and there's a good example of blueprints right there, which looks very nice. The domination mode, it's got me intrigued about it. The domination mode is that basically they're modifying it as well. So they're looking at modifying the 3-cap domination mode from random battles, and the new settings are aimed at reducing the number of edge cases where battles go too fast or too slow. The starting number of points per team at the beginning of the battle, as well as the number of points awarding to a team and taken from the other which the ship is destroyed, has been revised. The starting points for each team are set to 200. When an enemy ship is destroyed, the team is awarded 40 points regardless of the destroyed ship's type. So it doesn't matter whether it's a cruiser, battleship, submarine, destroyer, all types of ships. So 40 points is right there awarded. When a friendly ship is destroyed, the team has 32 points deducted from them. So that's actually not too bad. It's actually quite fair. So it's actually good to see a bit of a balance there. They have listed the maps that they're going to be focused on testing, which is the New Dawn, Fault Line, Shards, Trident, Neighbors, Crest Zone Alpha, and Northern Waters, and also the Faroe Islands. All of them are good maps, and they're very good to play in the game as well. So that's going to be interesting. Clan battles as such will start and resume as of the 20th of February until the 10th of April. So that gives you, let's see, February, March, April. Technically, you know, like roughly about 3 months. But it sounds like 2 or 3 months right there. So it's actually not too bad, all things considered. So it's actually pretty good. So that's actually not bad. They're focusing on the 7 vs 7 format for tier 10 warships. No aircraft carriers or submarines will be in there, as well as no more than 2 battleships per team, which is fair. Okay, that's fair. So it should be good. I mean, like, it should be a good experience. I mean, like, for everyone in clan battles, especially that if you want to merc with other clans and just having fun with them, it's a good opportunity. Now, the collective combat missions, there's going to be a whole heap of stuff going on here. It's going to be more towards, you know, like the type of mission, and it's basically shared between all players on the server, and each individual participant contributing their own amount as well. Collective combat missions can come in the form of either chains or standalone objectives, which is pretty awesome. And it's going to be good, you know, like, to see this sort of thing coming out. And by the way, as of 12.0, there'll be a new battle pass coming out as well. The technical improvements, it's actually going to be nice to see. Some new improvements towards the CVs, and also some audio changes as well. But yeah, it's gonna be different in terms of the appearance and sort of thing. You know, like, it's actually funny, like, they reduced the number of aircraft on the carriers. Why? Probably because of graphical issues, I don't know. It seems weird when you see that going on. But no matter. I mean, like, I actually like the idea of what it was before, to be honest with you, but the new change, share us your thoughts. Adding editing content, you know, there'll be some new commanders who'll be coming in and out as well, and you know, the Warmer Gaming patch, the appearance of the content related to the community contributors program has been updated to accommodate the new World of Warships logo. So the new World of Warships logo is coming out soon, and I have to say that I'm a bit curious about that, actually, to see what it looks like. But it looks like, and that must be the actual appearance of it, actually, right there. It's actually going to be interesting to see how that pans out. But there's the, you know, World of Warships the containers. It's actually going to be nice. There's going to be a nice ship as well, the Alabama VL, which is a very nice ship to play. But the Journey to the West is coming back, and there's some good bonuses coming out, very good bonuses coming out this year. So definitely these containers are well worth it to wait for it. So basically the premium and the West, the difference between them two, as you can see, that these special bonuses, the rare bonuses, as well as your coal, your commander XP, free XP and things like that, will always be different in percentages. And as you can see, that the rewards for each of these items are very different. Like, in comparison to the basic one, to the premium one for free XP, there's a big difference between that, and it looks like, wow, that's a bucket load of difference between the two. So seeing that it's 32,000 for premium minus 5k, that sounds like a 27,000 difference right there in terms of free XP. But you see, like coal again is about like, you know, like big difference again. So this is actually pretty good, you know, to see that, you know, good things are changing in the near future. Now, as we get closer and closer between like the air supply premium containers and also the distant voyages, they're very good. They're very good this year. And honestly, the air supply ones are actually pretty good, because like you can get an opportunity to get the Graf 7, the Hornet, Burn, Aquila, Indomitable, Ark Royal, Chuckle, Saipan, Kaga. Hashtag CV main, anybody. But anyway, there's a lot of opportunities as well for the Journey to the West. As you can see, that I kind of missed that was the Pan Asian ships, the Beijing, Wujing, Wukong, Sangzang, with a 10-point skill commander as well. So the Wujing and the Beijing are basically tier 9s. The Wukong and the Sangzang are tier 8s, just letting you know. So the Wukong is a cruiser, okay, like a Mayoko if you want to put it that way, or a Targo. Sangzang is more like a Saipan, and Wujing is like an Alsace battleship, you know, with engine boost and everything like that. Beijing is basically Izumo. Very interesting choices they got coming back again. But yeah, so the air supply premium containers, as you know, they are carrier related. So if you don't have a carrier, you might have a good chance of getting a carrier. It's pretty high getting one, to be honest, if you already don't have any other ship really. That's just my opinion though. But in all seriousness though, the distant voyages is actually more focused on elite commander XP, free XP, and also in-game currency. So there's a lot of camouflage as well. But I'll be honest with you, the camouflages that they have done to World of Warships, they have done it a bit of a whole 180, that they made it only as a decoration, nothing more, nothing less. Basically that you can pretty much have a ship with no camo in the game. You don't have to have the bonus requirements, whereas in the past history, before, camos were a thing, and they had, you know, some economic bonuses of their own right to help, you know, towards, you know, certain elements of the ship, like for example, like better defense or better, you know, diminishing returns for improving, you know, your commander or free XP of the ship, or repairs or anything like that. So it's kind of like a bit of a 50-50 moment in this one, but that's just what's going on at this stage. There's some ongoing changes with the Pan American ships that's happening soon, and also I will admit, this is a bit of a touchy subject, but as you know, that as an Australian, I love Commonwealth warships, okay? Now, as you know, I'm pretty stoked and psyched up and excited about the Brisbane, and it's a tier 10 Commonwealth cruiser. Now, the good thing is that the reload time on them has been reduced to 5 seconds. The surveillance radar has the action time for them has been changed to 20 seconds. The surveillance radar consumable ship detection range has increased to 12 kilometers, which I have to admit, that will be an interesting turn of events against the Moskva, the Stalingrad, the Nevsky, or any other ship out there that has at least 10 kilometers or more. It's actually, the Brisbane is going to be a good rival, and it's going to be quite deadly, I have to say. The detectability range by sea has increased to 12 5.1 kilometers, and the detectability range after firing the main battery in the smoke has increased to 6.1 kilometers instead of 5.6. Now, I have to say that it's going to be interesting how the Brisbane plays out in this coming patch. And honestly, from all the feedback that I had been given from people in the stream, and also friends of mine who have talked to me about this in their own thoughts and opinions about the dev blog, some of them have mixed. Some of them are all for it, and some of them are dead set against it. I will be honest with you, I mean, like, as a person who loves Australian warships, it is pretty, pretty much a positive change. Here's what the Brisbane looks like from the latest announcement a while back, and pretty much, the look of it looks good. As you scroll down a little bit further and further, you notice that they talked about increasing the torpedo range to at least 13.5 kilometers, which is actually fairly decent, I have to say. And they have mentioned it in detail that it will be a coal warship, and have they changed it? Well, we're about to find out. So just by looking through all this information that's in there at the moment, and that's actually looking pretty positive on the aspect of what they're trying to do. So just by looking at this, I think that the Brisbane is going to be a good rival warship in game. And for a lot of people out there, if you want to get a good Commonwealth cruiser at tier 10, I definitely would recommend this one. I definitely would. Anyhow, but it's going to be some interesting changes going on with the British submarines as well, as you know, with the sonar range is now equal to the homing torpedo range, and also the depth charges for the airstrikes as well for the Pan American cruisers. Now, the Hector with the tier 9, a Commonwealth cruiser at tier 9, this is going to be interesting to see how the detectability range is going to work in the game for it at 11.6. And also the hydroacoustics as well too. So we're going to see some interesting changes in the game, and I don't know about you, but I am actually looking forward to it for this coming event. So yeah, I don't know about you folks, but I think this is a good opportunity. But yeah, here we go. This is a sneak peek of 12 coming out.
Greetings, Captain. I'm Jules, and I'm happy to present you the first update for World of Warships in 2023. The update brings American hybrid battleships to early access, Lunar New Year celebrations, Japanese light cruisers available to all players, and the return of the Airship escort. Following a short intro, I'll tell you about these and other new things coming out in Update 12.0.
On a side note, we do miss Dasha. But this person's pretty cool.
Experienced captains know that we celebrate Lunar New Year in every January update of World of Warships, and that tradition continues with our first update of this new year.
We've prepared the Age of Sa Zhenbing themed collection specially for the occasion. It reveals the biography of the famous admiral it's named after, as well as China's naval history in the age of ironclads and steam. The reward for completing the collection is unique Pan-Asian Commander Sa Zhenbing. In our game, this renowned naval commander features both enhanced skills and talents. But what are they exactly? You can find that information on our website in a special article dedicated to Lunar New Year in World of Warships.
The first ships to enter early access this year are some incredible American hybrids. Welcome battleships Nebraska, Delaware, and Louisiana.
The newcomers to the game carry 406mm guns. And those guns have a long firing range, moderate firing rate, and deal decent damage.
As you might have guessed, Nebraska, Delaware, and Louisiana are hybrid ships not due to their guns, but thanks to their on-board bomber squadrons.
The air group comprises a large number of
interesting,
airplanes capable of delivering plenty of problems to enemies thanks to the high explosive bombs they carry on board.
While the American hybrid ships have just arrived in early access, Japanese light cruisers will become available for everyone to research in Update 12.0.
Our new arrivals from the land of the rising sun prefer medium to long-range skirmishes. The ships have a large number of guns, long-range torpedoes, and good concealment. However, at the same time, they set high requirements to your skills for playing light cruisers. But that just means that victories achieved playing the new ships mean twice as much. These Japanese light cruisers will show what you are really worth in battle.
Don't get me wrong, these ships are pretty cool.
Update 12.0 will see the return of the Airship Escort Temporary Battle Mode.
The in-game event will see the opposing teams each escorting an indestructible airship along a specified route. The objective of each team is to be the first to lead your airship to the destination point or destroy the entire enemy team. Both teams can influence the speed of both airships. A special area surrounds each airship. Your airship will move faster if allied ships are within its area. But if at least one enemy ship enters the area, your airship will slow down. We've also introduced a series of changes to the airship movement mechanics. Let me add that players will need to escort the airships in teams of 12, playing Tier 8 through 10 ships.
The first season of Ranked Battles is also among the events featured in Update 12.0.
The new Ranked Battles utilize a 6 versus 6 format. Depending on the specific league, battles will be fought at the helms of Tier 6, 8, 9, and 10 ships. You can expect some changes to the new season as well. In case of a defeat, only one player who earned the most XP on their team will preserve a star. This rule is now in effect in all 3 leagues.
There you go.
You can find detailed information on the rules of the new Ranked Battle season and other new features of Update 12.0 in a special article on our website. My name's Jules, and I wish you great victories in 2023 and a wonderful mood,
I like
Captain.
Her. He's very nice. So, World of Warships has changed a little bit and coming patch 12.0 for the Lunar event. That's okay. I mean, like, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. Either way, you'll expect a lot of changes. But yeah, folks, I mean, like, this is just definitely, you know, like a very interesting overview of what's coming soon in 12.0. But yeah, definitely you got a lot of good events coming out, new ships coming out, and everything like that. Feel free to comment it and also share your thoughts about it all. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how everything slowly goes out in phases this year. But I know there's a bit of a long road when we say this and talk about this. But hey, Gung Hei Fa Choi. Happy New Year, Happy Lunar New Year to everyone out there. But yes, stay safe and take care, my friends. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy the upcoming event that's coming soon to New Year. Action Stations.